I hope you appreciate how early I'm getting up this morning for you. It's like 6:30 in the morning and I'm headed to a local park to see if I can find a mandarin duck. It's obviously a non-native species to this part of Canada and this part of the world. There is one that lives on a lake near me, and I've got the brand new Fujifilm XF70-300, which I've been graciously loaned by Fujifilm Canada, and I've got it actually on an XT1 because it's something to put these lenses on the newest cameras to review them, but I wanted to put it on something, my exposure's going a little crazy there, on something a little older to see how it did. I have shot it a bit on this XE4, which I've also been loaned by Fujifilm, and it's great. It's a rocket ship on that camera, but not everybody has the latest cameras, so I've thrown it on the XT1. We're gonna go find a duck. Waiting for a train to go by here, which I think is the slowest train I have ever seen in my life. Well, I'm stuck here. Let's quickly talk about price with this lens. I've got it right here. I haven't shown you guys the lens yet. So this is the XF70-300, and it sort of occupies a space in the Fujifilm lens ecosystem that I don't know if I thought that there was necessarily a gap, but it does bring a little bit more quality to an area where the only other option before that was either something really inexpensive or something really expensive. I would say that the two direct competitors for this lens are the XF100-400, which is a $1,600 lens, talking US dollars, or the XC50-230, which is a consumer grade lens. It's not weather sealed. It is one of my favorites. It's nice and small for its focal length, and you're looking at, I think, $400, $399 for that lens. This lens comes in at $699 US, so it is not a lot more than the 50-230. It's definitely a much better built lens. Like, it is leaps and bounds above the 50-230 in build quality. Image quality is also a little bit better, not a ton better, but better enough to be noticeable. You've got that extra reach from 230 up to 300. The minimum focal length is a little bit longer, but 50-70, I mean, it's not that big of a difference. So it is a longer lens overall. You've got faster aperture with this lens for sure. It has this is f4 to 5.6, where the XC50-230 is like 6.5 to 7.1. Is that what it is? If that's not what it is, I'll put it down below. It's a slow lens aperture wise, but still, you know, pretty usable for wildlife and in all kinds of different situations. But this is a really interesting lens at $699. It is half the price of the 100-400. I am the first person at this park this morning. Okay, I'm at the park. Let's go find this duck. I'm not going to find this duck. I have a feeling. This is just how my morning's going so far. Yeah, I think it's $6.99 for a weather sealed it's super telephoto. It's close, 300 mil. It'd be 450 mil full frame equivalent on an APS-C sensor. That's a pretty good price for the build quality of this lens, for the fact that it's weather sealed, has 5.5 stops of OIS. It's got, did I mention the other two switches? Yeah, it's got an aperture switch on the lens, so you can switch it from auto aperture to selectable aperture, and it has an aperture ring for you to do that as well, as I select my own aperture while I show you. It has a switch to limit the focus from minimum focus distance to infinity, and then from 5 meters to infinity, so it sort of reduces that hunting you get with super telephoto lenses when you have them set to their full focal range. I think this XF70-300, if you're looking for a relatively compact zoom that's really high quality and at a great price, it's going to be hard to beat. It's definitely a way better option for a lot of people than the 100-400. Fuji doesn't have a lot of lenses that go out past 200 mil, so there's really only two other ones, and I think this is probably the better choice if you want something that's going to go the distance. That XC, do you hear that? Do you hear that? I think that's that train that I was stuck behind however long ago, finally leaving. I haven't found Trevor the Mandarin duck, so if he pops up in the pictures here, we'll just call that a bonus. All right, see you next time, guys.